I'll give you something that wrap up the what we are now. So what is the metaverse fashion now? So first, I just summarize everything what is happened, but you know that I mentioned that it's like in the industry wise, it is 1.5 trillion, 1.7 trillion dollars, and it will keep growing. And the issue with the counterfeiting, this counterfeiting industry is huge, 4.2 trillion, including fashion and others. And then so this counterfeiting is important, and the digital transformation is now happening in fashion industry. And then we know about the opportunity in metaverse economy is 13 trillion by 2030. And the Gartner predict that 25% of people will spend at least 1 hour a day in a metaverse by 2026. And creator economy, so design is one of the creator economy. So fashion design is the key role in creative economy, and then in total is more than 100 billion market size. And also we talk about Web3 NFT opportunities. So NFT market reach 1.05 trillion dollars, and also wearable NFT market expected $11 billion in this year. And we a lot of the initiative in the metaverse fashions, and then we are expecting like a $55 billion by 2030. And then also we have a very interesting in sustainability, especially climate change related, like carbon generation, how we can reduce carbon generation. And then we all know that this fashion industry is notorious about anti-sustainability and anti-circularity. So we need effort. And then fortunately, we had several sessions to talk about this sustainability. And then fashion digitalization is one opportunity I mentioned that, for example, the IP protection wise, that the digitalization will give you the like a copyright, and then you can monetize through the NFT. And then we have a new consumers, is a Gen Z and Gen Alpha. So you may be already knew some that Roblox recently published about the metaverse fashion for the Gen Z generation. So this is a new buying power, especially for the fashion. So we focus on this topic. And then what is the metaverse fashion ecosystem? So it's a traditional, we just go traditional is like Web2 legacy, and then new metaverse who are Web3 as a new ecosystem. And then there is the relationship. So you well learn like a value chain of the like a traditional fashion industry is from the starting from designer sketch and graphic illustration, fabric sourcing, and custom production, and fashion show, fabric sourcing for the mass production, and at the end in retail, and then like a sales channels, and then in the corresponding like a digital part with a digitalization of your like a physical garment, and then you have a digital production and a metaverse fashion show, and the metaverse manufacturing can enable, and metaverse retailers is available. And then they will be combined in the physical. So there will be a convergence between the real, IRL, and virtual, digital, will be converged as a metaverse in the future. So we see many startups and incumbent about like there is a solutions and fashion house and marketplace and Web3 fashion platforms, and then showrooms, and then a lot of the brand is entering into like a metaverse. We already knew about it.
Sure.
And then, so how actually my interesting is to actually the motivation of organize this road show is that my interest in how we can actually build up this sustainable metaverse fashion ecosystem. And then, so we need the effort to global effort to bring this agenda to the like a front, like including sustainable digitalization, digital, everything will be like consistent and sustainable ecosystem building. And this require like a technology, design, and other like a business investment or side we need it. And then for the like some, I found the current issues and requirement is that the metaverse, even a lot of people talk about like a monetization potential through this kind of metaverse fashion, but I fear that we only reach only a few, like a fandoms or the luxury brand enthusiasts. So we are not there in the like a mainstream. That I mean, is like a general public consumers, not yet not interesting in. We only focus on like a Gen Z, like in the game, in the Roblox type, or the like luxury brand, but still they're out there. 99% is the general consumers out there. Also like a general Web2 business, like a traditional business, and also we have like for example, let's see, and then the like for example, a lot of the out there independent fashion designers out there, they want to join this metaverse opportunity, but they don't know how to do. So we are still in a like a huge effort to bring this Web2 traditional legacy ecosystem stakeholders to metaverse fashion ecosystem is our task. And also like we have like a technical difficulties, and then we need to like how to migrate from legacy Web2 and to digital Web3 fashion business integration. And still like some people like a digital only fashion can reduce something, but actually what we want is IR sustainability. And then there is I'm really have a deeply involved in the real life sustainability for over 2 years. So I know about all the issues, what the effort, not just fashion, but in all industry. But there are some ways actually that we can bring this sustainability in like integrate with this kind of like metaverse fashion to the real life fashion by some way. And then we can have a very good, I think that today was a good like James talk about the NFC technology. So it can be used, that kind of the RFID NFC, can be like a supply chain management visibility, and then trace of the carbon generation, something like that can be one of the solution for that. And then we also need the ecosystem players should be integrated. Okay, so this is most recent before that Technavio, like they researches about what will be the like metaverse fashion market. And then their expectation is $6.61 billion for up to in 4 years. So there will be a high rise of the growth in CSDR. So we still has something in the early stage, but will be accelerate in a few years. And then they talk about so what is the like a key players or something like that. And then you may, I post in my LinkedIn profile about the Adidas. They have like a metaverse fashion like collections in the website. So you can look at it, and then there is a Nike as a new activities. And then also, you know, that like some of the like metaverse platform like Roblox or others, Jepeto in South Korea, they all have a metaverse fashion relations. So this is the good news to this community. And then I particularly I have deeper level understanding and involvement of the NFT, particularly that I mentioned that how actually the monetize your metaverse fashion asset in using the NFT. Okay, so actually this is the one actually that I'm not going to detail, but this is the one architecture I designed, how you can manage your like digital garment, and then how it can be protect, and then how you can make generate an NFT, and then how you can make as a like security like the asset, and then how you can make them as a valuation, and how you make monetization. So but this is a default level understanding of the technology. I've been in 30 years in digital IT, so this is much familiar to me, but some of you may be not familiar with, but there is a way actually to systematically make this kind of platform to monetize, particularly for the Metaverse fashion assets like a garment or whatever that you generate. I'm not going to talk about sales, licensing, financing. That actually I had a series of the webinar recently about this topic, and then valuation is a issue, and particularly for the fashion that I'm interested in. That, for example, that the NFT can represent the asset values, but there is a lot of the up to now, there is also NFT market is only like art or some collectibles, PFP or something like the particular layers. But there is more utilities going on. As mentioned, that I members NFT is one of the utility of the NFT, and then it's going on that there will be more utilities, and then there will be like more ways actually to monetize rather than is particularly for this specific area of the consumers, particularly area of some asset. So that's my goal actually. How can I generalize these digital fashions, and then make a value, develop value for this fashion like a metaverse asset, and then how can monetize. And then I was thinking about is that like a music, for example, music is a good industry that you know that there is a licensing of your music source or whether it is a streaming or whatever that is well defined. And then I was thinking about whether I can develop that kind of like well developed monetization, revenue generating for this meta fashion. This is my first concern and my concentration topic that I'm looking at. So I look at how actually generate NFT value. So I did a lot of the intensive research about this area, and then how actually they're utilizing this one in utilizing fintech. Usually in the Web3 they call like a decentralized financing system. So I'm looking at how actually they deploy this kind of the NFT monetization utilizing this kind of financial system. So this is the one thing that I've been working on it. And this is something that I generate interesting idea. It's actually the physical fashion design franchise that I would think about is that because in IRL is a fashion or retail or the restaurant, whatever, they have a franchise because a well-defined brand. Under brand, actually, they have like some typical type of the business model, and then some of the way to utilizing operating business model. So why not I'm particularly interested in the linking the digital and the physical through the physical, and then set like a form of the branding of the physical fashion, and then franchise it in the metaverse. So I think that it wasn't explored before. So I came up with an idea that I just put into in the patents this kind of business model, and then actually the systems can support this kind of a metaverse fashion filter like a franchising. But I think that it can be done. Right? It's some brand in the a physical fashion, and then branding up, and then how to build the physical store or the kind of all the element actually discussed today by the speakers in several sessions, and putting together under the brand, like for example, Jens, you had the example of the under your name or some brand, and then making this like a physical fashion, and then providing system, operation method, business ways to the other people can operating this one in the metaverse digital, and then also in the physical. So I'm looking for some collaboration of this. Okay, so this is some reference actually that I did before several about metaverse fashion, and then some of the physical fashion. And then if you look at it to my YouTube, then all they are there, so you can look at it. Okay, so I will start now, and then I will show you one typical example that I advisor to this startup in South Korea. So Fame Universe is I'm an advisor, and then I have time to like a global promotion, and then basically that we share the same idea how to build this sustainable metaverse fashion, and then to reach out to from the like a 99% in like independent designers and then legacy fashion like a production or the fashion design in out there, and then also like include like a general public type consumers in fashion. So this is one. So just summarize everything about this Fame Universe. Okay, so I will explain more detail about, for example, business. So as I told you, interesting in connecting like Web2 and legacy to the Web3 metaverse is a mission, and they call like future digital and digital to physical, and then they are connected, hyper connected fashion metaverse. So I've already talked about what the market opportunity or something like that. So I'm going detail about what they actually try to do contribute to in the metaverse fashion is like bring, like I mentioned about like how to like protect and then create value for the independent designers, and then for everyday life users. So including like utilizing Web3 and other digital technology to combining two tiers of the creators for the independent designers and users, general public, and then how we can actually can combine together. That's the goal. And then to bring that actually there are four like tiers that can having for the building of this kind of the ecosystem. So the one thing is the how you can from the designer sketch to bring to your metaverse fashion. So they call meta studio. So it can be like a digitalized and then realized in the metaverse. And then using the NFT and then utilizing crowdfunding to like a co-creation type activities. So users can join with the like designers, can co-create their garment, and then also like providing not just of the like digital, but including the physical. So physical marketplace can enable, and then utilizing it for a lot of the utilities, including like a game and other like a metaverse platform can be utilizing this kind of like a result of this collaboration between designers and the users. So up to now, you have like a fashion designers, 45 plus designers, renowned designers already work with Fame. And we have more like 65 more will be. And then we including 140 like digitalized fashion resources. And then we generate a lot of the members to like more than 6,000 members already. And this is one example, but actually I'm not going to detail because we already touched this on how you can generate from the like a physical garment to the like digital and the fashion wear in the avatar in the metaverse. So this is one example to actually how actually transform from physical garment to digital garment. Okay, then and then if this is like how much that we can progress in the producing this kind of the digital fashion artworks. And I think that you already seen this one in Sejun's presentation about the collaboration between the A-Form and the Fame universe. So I think that you already seen this one. This garment will be used in the avatar and can be used in any type of the like metaverse platform, like a sandbox or the Geppetto or whatever that the Roblox can be in the interpol way to use it. And this is already shown. So this is one thing actually, the Launchpad actually can easily generate your digital garment and then render into the metaverse fashion through this like a Launchpad. And also they have like some way to actually you make easy to understanding user experience to generate this fashion metaverse. And then also they use like for example that it can be like an e-commerce platform and the marketplace, also like a NFT for the membership to like a Fame Pass is a membership that can join the community, like a DAO type community can co-create of this community. And then token economy used for like tokens to use as for the like value transfer in the metaverse fashion ecosystem. And then this is one, and the multi-art collaboration that digital artists and traditional fashion designers and even other area of music. You know that is a fashion show is a music is integral part of this fashion show. So music is a very important part of the fashion. So they can be combined together to like a new way to explore this kind of the metaverse fashion. And then, as I mentioned, that they can be used in the integrated games for like a new monetization with like a play to earn project or other ways like a play X type to monetization. And then partnership with many famous fashion designers already. And then there are a lot of the fashion new coming designers to join. And so this is the famous like a Korean designers that the lineup with in fame. So this is some examples of the famous fashion designers. And then actually I'm a part of their team as an advisor and then chief evangelist to promoting their business. Okay, so for there, Lord, that if you want to some information about some collaboration, then you can just send me email or then you can connect to me in the LinkedIn and give me the access. Okay, so thank you that I done that what I'd like to talk about today. And then